Welcome back. This is the Premier League preview show on Citi TV. My name is Nathan Koya. Minta and Susu Graham are here with me. You can send in your messages via the WhatsApp number on your screen, 020-444-7033, 020-444-7033. We'll go through as many of your messages as possible, before the show comes to an end. Let's get to the biggest game of the round. The biggest game of the round is at the Etihad. On Saturday morning, 11:30 a.m., is Manchester City versus Liverpool. Two teams who have become rivals in the last few years, and they meet again at the Etihad. Earlier in the season, Liverpool won by 1-0. We'll see how it plays out. Let's have a look at their numbers. This is how their numbers look like. Man City are second. They've won 19, drawn 4, lost 4. Goal difference of plus 42. Liverpool are sixth, 112, drawn 6, lost 8, a goal difference of plus 18. So that's what we have. And it's a far cry from what we've had in the last few seasons where one is first, one is second, that kind of excitement. But it's not happening. So let me take your initial thoughts on this. They say it is one of the games Man City has to win if it wants to win the league. And it's this Saturday. They are taking on their very good friends, Liverpool, at the Etihad.
And it's a very interesting one because we are not sure about the fitness of Erling Haaland. He hasn't trained in the week. He pulled out of international duty with a groin injury, supposedly. So his fitness seems to be a concern. So it looks like to be a game day decision whether he plays or not. So it's very possible we don't see Erling Haaland this weekend, which could be very big because we know how crucial his goals have been to Man City's title charge. The second thing is Liverpool. They've been so inconsistent. But like I said earlier in the show, when you look at their results against the top 6, they've played 7, won 5, lost 2. That's better than Arsenal, better than City, better than, of course, Chelsea and United, who we've seen suffer heavy defeats to some of their top 6 rivals. So they are clearly able to motivate themselves for the big games. And it's maybe the fact that they are unable to motivate themselves for the smaller games that seems to be getting their way. But how they'll cope with this Man City team it's very interesting. They've played 3 times this season. Liverpool have won 2. They won the Community Shield. They won in the league, but they lost in the cup. So you can see that this is not an easy game for Man City. Liverpool do have their number. Liverpool can win this. But there's so much uncertainty around Liverpool. Okay. You look at the midfield, there's no Thiago, there's no Bajcetic. So it looks like it's going to be Fabinho, Henderson, and maybe Elliott. I don't know, maybe Curtis Jones, maybe Oxlade-Chamberlain. But that midfield doesn't inspire confidence, especially based on the form of someone like Fabinho. Look at the defense. Van Dijk is not having one of his best seasons. We've seen him play better. Trent Alexander-Arnold, the less said, the better. I think the only player in that defensive unit who has any credit in the bank is Alisson. He'll be a key player, of course. Then on the other, in the forward line, even Mo Salah, he's struggling to get chances now. It's not that Salah is playing badly, but the chances are not coming as much. So there's all these things going on with Liverpool. But we said this the last time, and they somehow got a win against Man City, and it could happen again. These games are so tight, and every player missing is a problem. So if Erling Haaland plays, I would say City are I wouldn't say heavy favorites. I wouldn't call them slight favorites either. But he doesn't play, they are down to slight favorites, and I see Liverpool having a very good chance to win. And like our betting friends always say, fear the early kickoff. So if there's an upset that's happening this weekend, and if Liverpool are going to get a result, it's in the early kickoff slot. So you have to wonder about that. But I'm not a superstitious man like them. I'd like to look at what's in front of me, and I still believe that this is City's game to lose, and the disorganization of Liverpool is just too much.
I see. Yeah, your thoughts.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing before. Sure. Ederson, I've been complaining about him for a while. He's in very bad form, and I think that could look. If Liverpool get 2 chances, I don't see Ederson saving both. Okay. He might save one, but in the case of if City get 2 chances, I can see if it's in the position where Alisson can save. Like if it's not like an open goal situation, a very kind of easy situation for Haaland or something like that. If it's a situation where the keeper can reasonably make a save, I can see Alisson getting those saves. I don't see that for Ederson. Okay. In a tight game like this where it could be down to the finest margins, Ederson is a problem.
I see. Yeah,
I side with Susu picking Man City as the favorite for for this contest. I also tipped them to win this contest, even if Erling Haaland misses this game.
But if Haaland misses, that is a huge problem.
Yeah,
yes,
not so
yes
much.
and no.
Not so much.
I think it's a double-edged sword.
Okay.
Because if Alvarez or someone, Foden is also missing.
Yes.
If Alvarez or even De Bruyne fails in that false 9 role, City progress the ball better. They keep the ball better.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But the finishing goes down. If Haaland plays, their build-up is not as good. But when the chances do come and fall to him, there's Haaland there. Okay. So it could go either way.
Okay. Yeah.
So for me, if Haaland doesn't play, and I don't think he will play, because I see Pep Guardiola focusing more on the Champions League than the English Premier League.
You think he's giving up?
No, I wouldn't say he's giving up. He's focusing more on the Champions League, because before Bayern Munich picked up Thomas Tuchel, I picked Man City to go to the Champions League final, because the teams that they are likely to face en route to the final all play with a very high line: Real Madrid, Bayern Munich.
Real Madrid will sit back against City. Don't worry.
But I saw them progressing. But now that Thomas Tuchel has been appointed as Bayern Munich coach, the dynamics change a little bit, and that's why I have more reason to believe that Pep Guardiola will focus more on the Champions League than the Premier League. And in this instance, I honestly don't believe he will risk aggravating Erling Haaland's injury situation by playing him in this game. And if Haaland doesn't play, it's no big deal for Man City. They just go back to factory settings, which is to play without a center forward, a focal point in the middle, or in the middle of the front line, and rather go to that fluid style that they used so well last season, that got them the Premier League title. So it's not like they haven't done this before. It's not like they haven't seen this before. They've seen it, they've done it before, and they've thrived. They won the Premier League title for a reason last season. And I see them doing the same against Liverpool, against a Liverpool backline that is bereft of confidence, against a Liverpool team that's inconsistent, and against a Liverpool team that would likely welcome Diogo Jota back into the lineup, but isn't the same Diogo Jota who worked so well that prevented Man City from being themselves in that game that they lost to Liverpool earlier on in the season. Because in that particular game, Diogo Jota put in a massive shift defensively. And he even got hurt in that game. Okay. And he had to be led off the pitch later in the game. And what he did defensively, it disrupted Manchester City's flow and what they were able to do building out from the back, because the guy pretty much shut down the right side of Man City's defense, and it prevented them from building out from the back, having their fullback advance way up the pitch. And for me, once Diogo Jota is not in that kind of shape, because Darwin Núñez won't play this game, he is likely not to play this game because he's injured.
Okay. I think he's back in full training. From what I was reading some updates about him, so I think he's back in full training.
If he's back in full training,
I don't think he'll start, but he's still an option of the bench.
Yeah, if he doesn't start, then Man City still have an advantage, because that means Cody Gakpo is likely to be the one playing through the middle. Yes. Then you have Diogo Jota playing on the left side. Then Mo Salah on the right side.
The only attacker who they are sure not to play is Luis Diaz.
Luis Diaz.
So
he's still not back.
I think he's back in training.
But this game is definitely not in shape. So you're likely to have Diogo Jota playing it on that side. And can he put in that same amount of work that he put in defensively the first time they played? I don't think so, looking at how rusty he's looked ever since he returned from injury. So I definitely see Manchester City winning this one.
Okay, we'll see how it plays out. Man City versus Liverpool. First game of the weekend, Saturday morning at 11:30 a.m. Let me read this message. This one is from Ben from Nungwa. He says, 2 of the top 4 teams will be shocked this weekend, and they are Arsenal and Man United. The shocks that usually happen after an international break will befall them, unfortunately. And he says, meanwhile, City will win with ease. Okay, that's Ben.
Well, Man United is likely.
It's not even. I wouldn't say United losing to Newcastle would be outclassed as a shock.
Sure, yeah, but
Especially
it's like
they are so close on the table.
But it's likely Man United is the team that might end up suffering not a shock defeat, but a loss. I don't see Arsenal losing to Leeds United,
especially with Nonto injured.
Tyler Adams injured. I don't see Arsenal losing to Leeds United.
It doesn't look too good.
Yeah,
for
Man United, if there's a loss in that text, that list of teams that you mentioned, then I see Man United losing.
Okay, all right. You can send in your messages on 020-444-7033, 020-444-7033. That's